Hey, it's D here. I hope you guys are enjoying our snapshot reviews of our new publishing partner here, Principles of Real Estate Practice from Performance Programs. It's an excellent book, and I'm really digging it. It's a fantastic book to be able to study for this examination, and there is a link in the description below for you guys to check it out and buy it. In this next section, we're going to do a quick snapshot review of the entire Unit 10. We're going to start with the book, and we're going to go with the snapshot review inside of the book. Then I'm going to do a quick slide review as well to go through the PowerPoint slides and just, again, reinforce some of the key points. The point here is that this snapshot review will be available for you to review, and the slide deck snapshot will be also a sort of a succinct, different, quick review. This way, you guys have the entire comprehensive review of the chapter, then you have a quick chapter book review, and then you have the slide decks and me kind of going through those. So it'll sort of be triple reinforced. So that's the goal. In any event, let's get this going. All right, so inside of this snapshot review, in the book, in Unit 10 here for this particular publisher, let's go through it. First off, we learned about contract validity and enforceability. We defined what is a contract. It's a mutual promise based on the meeting of the minds. We talked about that. To do or refrain from doing something potentially enforceable if created validly. And we learned about these different phrases like enforceable, which means in a court, and valid and validity and all these other things, meeting of the mind. So the first thing was just sort of defining what a contract was. Okay, next, the legal status of a contract. Contracts could be void, which means it meets all of the criteria. Valid, meets all the criteria. Void does not meet the criteria. Voidable, invalid or disaffirmed. And valid or yet unenforceable. Certain oral contracts are valid but can't be forced in court. All right, so that's the legal status of contracts. What were the criteria for this validity that we've been defining? So competent parties, mutual consent, valuable consideration, legal purpose, and a voluntary good faith act. The validity of conveyance contracts. Remember, conveyancing contracts is the sale contract that we were talking about. Number one, a real estate sales contract must be in writing and must contain a legal description, which is a description of the boundaries of a property. We'll learn about these specifically in another section, and be signed by one or both of the parties. This would make a conveyance contract valid. Then we learned about electronic contracting. There's two federal laws. One was the UETA and one was the e-sign law. These laws, electronic records and signatures, are legal and must be accepted. They are enforceable regardless of medium. So electronic contracting, definitely something that we talked about and something pretty popular. Enforcement limitations. So the statute of frauds and the statute of limitations. Statute of frauds, certain contracts must be in writing in order to be enforceable. We learned about real estate purchase contracts. We learned about exclusive listing agreements are all parts of things that need to be in writing in order to be enforceable. Then we talked about this time period called the statute of limitations, and we have to act within its time frame. So if there's a breach of contract, it could typically be 2 years before you can sue. Or you have no time after the 2-year period. You have up to 2 years to bring a lawsuit. Okay, that's statute of limitations and then statute of frauds. To create a contract, we have this offer and an acceptance. A valid offer and a valid acceptance creates this contract. An offer becomes a contract on communication of an acceptance by the offeree to the offeror. A counter offer or counter proposal is any offer in response to an offer that may be altered the original offer. It nullifies the original offer. A revocation of an offer or may revoke an offer prior to the communication of an acceptance by the offeree. So if I give you 3 days to think about it, yet at 5 minutes after that I decide to move elsewhere or do something else, then the offer is revoked. And then we talked about termination of offer. Termination of offer can happen with the flat-out acceptance of an offer, the rejection of an offer, the revocation, the expiration, a counter-offer, or death and or insanity. An assignment of contract. It is an assignable unless expressly prohibited, or it's a personal service contract like a listing agreement. All right? Remember, there are rules and regulations regarding the unauthorized practice of law. Contract preparation is restricted unless the licensed attorney or party to the contract Regarding classification of contracts, we learned about oral or written, express versus implied, unilateral, one agreement versus bilateral, two promises, executed, fully performed versus executory, lacks full performance. Okay, that's classifications of different contracts. And then we talked about contract termination. Forms of contract termination, it could be full performance, the ideal way, infeasibility, mutual agreement, a rescission or a cooling off period, a revocation or abandonment, time lapse, invalidity of contract, and breach. Now with breach, we will see two specific or a few different, vocab phrases that are very popular. Number one, with a breach of contract, there was a default without cause. And legal remedies could be rescission, forfeiture, suit for damages, liquidated damages, and a suit for specific performance. And again, all breach of contract, very popular on exams. So these are things that you just definitely want to make sure that you guys have for contracts. And that wraps up our contract flash review. In the next section, we're going to talk about a quick PowerPoint review of contracts. If you're studying for your real estate exam right now, or if you're looking to level up your real estate knowledge, don't forget to like and subscribe.